Hey guys, thanks for clicking on a video. And if you did it by accident, well, I'm sorry. Anyways, today I want to talk about something that I think is really important for me to talk about. As a Christian, I think that it's really important for people to have the right point of view of God. I think in the past, my relationship with God has been a little bit damaged and negatively impacted because I had the wrong ideology of God. uh, I used to see God as this very demanding and judgy being. I used to see God as this figure who is just ready to bombard me with punishment whenever I inevitably mess up. And I felt that God was distant and that God was angry. And this made me feel afraid of God. Because whenever I sin, and inevitably I will end up sinning because I am human and I still have weaknesses just like everybody else, I feel like I am broken. And I feel like I'm a mess. And I feel like God doesn't want me. I feel like God doesn't want a mess. And it makes me scared to approach God. It makes me scared to go to church at one point. And in the end, I think that kind of ruins my relationship with God. That kind of damages my relationship with God. So I just really think that it's important for people to have the right point of view of God, to have the right ideology of God. And that ideology of God, a God who is demanding, who is ready to bombard you with punishment, in my opinion, cannot be further from the truth. I don't think God is distant, but rather I think God takes an active role in trying to make each and every one of us a better person, in trying to make each and every one of us more beautiful in our own ways. Because one passage in the Bible that really changed my point of view of God was Jeremiah 18, verse 1 through 6. And since this passage really changes my point of view of God in a really positive way, I just feel like I really want to share it with the world. And I'm going to read Jeremiah 18, verse 1 through 6 to you guys in the King James Version. The word which came to Jeremiah from the Lord, saying, Arise, and go down to the potter's house, and there I will cause thee to hear my words. Then I went down to the potter's house, and behold, he wrought a work on the wheels. And the vessel that he made of clay was marred in the hand of the potter. So he made it again another vessel, as seemed good to the potter to make it. Then the word of the Lord came to me, saying, O house of Israel, cannot I do with you as this potter, saith the Lord? Behold, as the clay is in the potter's hand, so are ye in mine hand, O house of Israel. So that was beautiful. But I still feel like I need to explain the passage to you guys, just to make it a little bit more clear. So I encountered this passage in one of my church's Bible study session that I attended. And it really changed my point of view of God, and it really makes me feel so free. Because what the passage was saying was that God wants you even when you're broken. And in fact, when you're broken, God wants to fix you. God is not angry. God is not distant. He is not this demanding figure who is just ready to bombard you with punishment. He is taking an active part in making you a better person. I don't have to be afraid to approach God when I am a mess, when I feel like a mess. I don't have to be afraid to approach God when I feel that I am broken. Because in fact, just like the clay is in the hands of the potter, that marred and broken clay is in the hands of the potter, so are we in the hands of God. And God can fix us just as the potter in Jeremiah 18 verses 1 through 6 can fix the marred clay that he was making. God is not just ready to give up on you. Whenever he sees you broken, he is not just, oh, well, I did my best. Time to move on to the next person. I don't think God is like that. And I really hope God is not like that, because if not, each and every one of us will be thrown away. So my point here is that God is not distant, he is not angry, but he is rather taking an active part in making each and every one of us a better person day by day. However, the process of becoming a better person isn't always nice, in the sense that it's not always favorable to us. And this is what my church pastor talked about in the Bible study, that when the potter tries to fix the marred clay, what the potter did was that he destroys that broken clay in order to be able to reshape it. What it means is that whenever God tries to reshape us, whenever God tries to make us better as a person, the process towards that might not be favorable. It might be painful. Like let's say in a hypothetical situation where you are a person who is carrying so much grudge in your heart to the point where it's hurtful to yourself and to others. Maybe someone has hurt you in the past. Maybe someone has wronged you, betrayed you, and I don't know. But let's just say that you are very extremely hurt and you are holding this grudge inside your heart that makes you not a very pleasant person to be around. Just you give off a bad vibe or something like that, right? Let's say that's the case. And God is your potterer. God wants to reshape you. God wants to make you a better person. And you surrender yourself to God. You say, God, reshape me according to your will. And God will reshape you. And in the process of that, He will tell you to let go of your grudge and to forgive the people who has wrongfully hurt you, even though it's entirely that person's fault, even though it's not your fault that you are hurt. But sometimes God will tell you to let it go. And that could hurt, you know? Sometimes you can ask yourself in that kind of situation, there's no way I could forgive this person. This person has wronged me. This person has done something horrible to me. How can I ever forgive this person? But maybe that's the only way for you to be able to be reshaped. And sometimes it hurts. Sometimes trying to be a better person hurts. It's not easy. But you are in God's hands, and God is capable. God is a capable potter. He knows what to do with you. He knows how to shape you. He knows what's best for you and what's worst for you. So that's my message for today. It's a very short message, I know, but I hope that you guys can get something out of it. And I hope that it's a blessing to whoever hears it. And with that said, thank you for watching, and may God's peace be with you. Bye.